to Russian River Rose Company for our very first premiere of the magnificent tiny fairy quest. And not only fairies, but also creatures big and small, flora and fauna, which is plants and flowers and stuff. We figured what better place to start than a rose garden.
Fairies love roses!
It's a fact. So we're so excited because we're sure to see fairies today. I mean, I'd love to see Petalwink, Junebug, Felicia a lot of times. I mean, Felicia really loves roses. You know, maybe even Willow, Whitney, or Gordo. I don't know. We'll see who we find today, but we're off to a great start. This is the perfect place to start. See you soon. Hi, I am Angela Sage Larson, author of the Petalwink series, and as you know, we are on the magnificent tiny fairy quest, and I'm so excited today to introduce you to my new friend. This is Jan Tomasoff, and she owns Russian River Rose Company. These gardens are absolutely exquisite. They're just gorgeous. And so we can't wait to take a little tour of the gardens and see where we might find some evidence of fairies and other flying creatures, friends of fairies.
Welcome to the garden.
So we know that fairies are vegetarian. So fairies, of course, are friends with butterflies. But tell us about this painted lady.
The painted lady is like a small monarch butterfly. Very, very common in California. You'll see these all over the place. And they love zinnias and any open flower like that where they can easily dip down and drink the nectar.
And so they look like monarch butterflies, right?
They look like monarch butterflies. So the birds don't eat them because monarch butterflies don't taste very good. So this butterfly has adopted the look of the monarch. Wow. So he won't get eaten.
Wow.
Behind you there, the purple stems are full of honeybees, and they just bloom and bloom and bloom. That's a salvia, or a sage plant called indigo spires.
We like sage plants.
Yes. I bet you the fairies are down in there somewhere.
I bet they've got to be.
This plant down here is milkweed.
Oh, butterflies love milkweed.
Mm-hmm. It's important to provide not only the nectar, the food for the butterflies, but also something for them to lay their eggs on that the caterpillars will then eat, grow up, and turn into butterflies.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's pretty amazing.
So Jan, why do you like growing these roses and flowers so much?
Roses are an amazing class of plants. They have been around since man began, and they have such a wonderful history. They're beautiful, they have scent, and they come year after year after year after year. Every year new ones are developed, like this little one from last year. And you can also enjoy the ones that are from the Roman times.
Wow.
Rose hips are very high in vitamin C, and so they have been used medicinally for centuries.
Wow, that's
Nobody
amazing.
knew why, but they did it, and people got better. You make a tea out of it. So rose hips.
Wow. That's the other reason I thought for sure that we're going to see some fairies today, because fairies are so resourceful and they use what's around them. So I'm sure they use the petals. I know that they use those for blankets and for clothing, and you know, using the rose oil and the rose hips, like you said, making tea. So
the fairies know exactly which roses are the most fragrant.
oh wow.
The fairies are a part of the dawn and the sunset every day, because there's this glow that happens. You know that glow? And I have a feeling that's part of the fairy magic happening as they're saying good morning and good night each day.
I love that.
Isn't that that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Well, that was a super fun visit at Russian River Rose Company. I learned so much from Jan. I learned about flowers. I learned about all the creatures that live here. And I did learn more about fairies, but unfortunately we didn't see any fairies today, but we definitely found evidence of fairies. So here's hoping that the quest continues, and we'll check in next time at our next great adventure and see if we can find a fairy. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad to be me.